At its peak, the British Empire was the largest in history, covering nearly a quarter of the world's land and ruling over 400 million people. From trade and industry to language and government, Britain's influence reshaped countless nations. But was this influence always positive? In this video, I will explore how the British Empire changed the world for better and for worse. The story of the British Empire begins in the late 16th century. England was not yet a major global power, but with the rise of naval exploration, it quickly joined the competition for overseas territories. Early colonization efforts were fueled by economic ambition, religious motivations, and the search for new trade routes. One of the most powerful forces behind Britain's expansion was the East India Company, established in 1600. Originally a trading company, it soon controlled vast territories in India, influencing politics, commerce, and even local governance. This marked the beginning of British colonial dominance in Asia. By the 19th century, the British Empire had stretched across North America, Africa, India, the Caribbean, and Australia. It was said that the sun never sets on the British Empire because at any given moment, the empire controlled a part of the world in daylight. One of the most lasting impacts of the British Empire was its role in shaping global trade. Colonies were not just territories, they were essential sources of raw materials. India provided cotton, spices, and tea. The Caribbean supplied sugar and tobacco, and Africa was central to the transatlantic slave trade. Britain established extensive trade networks connecting distant parts of the world. London became the financial capital of international commerce, and British-controlled ports like Hong Kong and Singapore emerged as global trading hubs. This influx of goods helped fuel Britain's Industrial Revolution. Indian cotton supplied British textile mills, while sugar and coffee from the Caribbean became everyday staples in British households. These trade systems often benefited Britain more than the local economies of its colonies. Perhaps one of the most recognizable legacies of the British Empire is the spread of the English language. English is spoken by over 1.5 billion people worldwide, largely due to the British colonial rule. In former colonies, English became the dominant language in government, education, and business. Even after gaining independence, many nations continued using English as a unifying language, especially in countries with diverse populations. Beyond language, British culture left a lasting impact. Parliamentary systems, British literature, legal frameworks, and even sports like cricket and football spread across the empire. Afternoon tea, for example, remains a beloved tradition in countries like India and Kenya, a direct influence of British colonial rule. One of the most visible contributions of the British Empire was its development of railway systems across its colonies. The British built railways in India, Africa, and Australia, originally to facilitate the movement of goods and military forces. India's railway network, established in the 19th century under British rule, remains one of the largest in the world today. While these railways boosted trade and industry, they were primarily built to serve British economic interests rather than local needs. While the British Empire brought trade and technological advancements, it also had a darker side: exploitation, forced labor, and the transatlantic slave trade. For over 300 years, Britain was a major player in the slave trade. millions of Africans were forcibly taken to the Americas to work on British-owned plantations, generating immense wealth for Britain at the cost of human suffering. Though Britain abolished slavery in 1833, the economic impacts of slavery is still deeply felt in many former colonies today. Even after slavery ended, economic exploitation continued. The British Empire played a major role in both World War I and World War II. Soldiers from India, Africa, and the Caribbean fought for Britain, hoping for greater freedom in return. However, after World War II, maintaining the empire became unsustainable. Nationalist movements gained momentum, leading to the independence of India in 1947 and the gradual dissolution from the empire over the following decades. Although the British Empire officially ended, its influence continues to the Commonwealth, a group of 56 nations, many of which were former British colonies. While these countries are independent, they maintain economic, political, and cultural ties with Britain. Some see the Commonwealth as a symbol of cooperation, while others view it as a reminder of Britain's colonial past. Regardless, it remains one of the key ways the legacy of the British Empire still lives on today. Overall, the British Empire shaped the modern world in many ways. It spread language, trade, and technology, but it also left behind deep scars of colonization, economic exploitation, and cultural erasure. To this day, we still live with the consequences of both its achievements and its injustices.